Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video talking about Draft Box 4. This time we've got the green cards. Luckily, I'm not a week late on this because there's no event coverage to do or anything like that, so I can get this to you guys right now, a couple days after it's been released. There are a few cards in here I'm very excited about. One in particular I'm sure you guys gathered from probably the title or the thumbnail of this video. But with that being said, guys, we'll get into this. Before we do, though, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay updated with awesome Dragon Ball Super content that I post here. Check out the Discord in the description below if you need a Dragon Ball Super community to get in touch with. And if you're longtime fans of the channel, want to help support me or get caught up on some competitive content, check out the Patreon in the description below. One final plug, guys. I am a new TCG player affiliate. What that means is this is not like a paid sponsorship or anything like that. They're not directly paying the channel or sponsoring the channel. What it does mean, though, is that there is a link in my description to tcgplayer.com. If you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but a part of what you guys pay for on there, what you guys buy on there, does kick back to the channel. Helps me out a lot, helps me keep making videos. So I use TCG Player all the time. It's a great website to buy cards and sealed products. So if you need your Draft Box 4, if you need your singles from this set, make sure you use my link in the description below. Helps me make videos, helps me keep going, and it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. With that being said, we'll get into the cards. So Swift Combo, Kaioken, Son Goku. We have a 1-drop 10k. Now this draft box is trying to do a lot of things with 10k attackers, which is kind of weird. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be super successful in constructed itself, but we'll read what this does. So permanent, if there are less than 2 battle cards in your battle area with an original power of 10k, this card cannot attack. So basically, I believe that you have to have this and another 10k in play to attack with it. Activate main once per turn. If there are 2 or more battle cards in a battle area with an original power of 10,000, choose one card in your life, add it to your hand. This card gets plus 5,000 power and crit for duration of the turn. Now, as far as constructed goes, I don't really think this is actually at all better than the newfound power Son Gohan. I think this is just going to be a decent theme card for draft. If some 10k attack power deck does arise, maybe this will see a little bit more play, but right now, not super stoked about it. Son Goten, Deluge of Power. Just always something to note with Gotens and Trunkses. They're searchable by Mighty Mask. They're searchable by Raging Energy Gotenks. Just always something to note about those. But this is another Deluge of Power. So basically, if you combo this on a green card, it's a 10k combo. Nothing too crazy. King Vegeta Saiyan Rule. This card's pretty cool because we did just get the King Vegeta structure deck that features both red and green Saiyan cards. So let's see what this does. It's a 3-drop, 19k. Auto if your leader is green. So right off the bat, that kind of sucks that it doesn't work with the King Vegeta leader itself. But if your leader is green, when you play this card, choose 2 battle cards in your drop area with an energy cost of 2 or less and 10,000 power, negate their skills, play them, and they get plus 5,000 power for duration of the turn. So for a 3-drop, you get 5 energy worth of battle cards, or actually potentially 7 energy worth of battle cards, and 2 10ks. You negate their skills permanently, so not only for the turn, so permanently. That is kind of unfortunate, but if you're playing some type of skillless deck or vanilla deck, you can potentially get value out of this. It turns them into 15k beaters, so 15k is a very relevant number. So for a 3-drop 19k that spawns 2 other 15k beaters, that is pretty relevant. That's pretty big pressure for a 3-drop, not gonna lie. This card's pretty good. The rest of the effect: activate main once per turn, choose one of your battle cards, place in the drop area. This card gains double strike for duration of the turn. So not only can you get value out of the cards you bring back off this guy, you bring back 2 10k beaters that become 15k beaters, you swing with them, you sack one of them to the drop area, and then you give this card double strike. This is a good card. Definitely a good card in constructed. Very good card in sealed. A very big tempo swing, which is really good. Trunks the Prankster, 2-drop, 10k, activate main once per turn, place top 3 cards of your deck in your drop area. I'm surprised they didn't just make it a burst 3. I'm surprised they went with this type of wording, but then choose up to 1 battle card with energy cost of 1 and 10,000 power in your drop area and play it. So basically for 2 energy, you get 3 battle cards. 3 energy worth of battle cards in your battle area. Again, pretty good value. 2 10k is not great in draft, not great in constructed either. But just so you know, again, this is something searchable with Mighty Mask, something searchable with that Raging Energy Gotenks, so always something to note. Dr. Brief, Father of a Genius, 2-drop 10k, activate main once per turn, pay a green and a colorless, 2 colorless, sorry. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. Good card for draft, just generic removal. It's pretty cheap, so getting rid of a 4 or less for only 3 energy is pretty decent. Although it is going to take up probably your entire turn 3 or 4 to do this because you're not going to have a lot of energy left over after that. But decent card, and it's another 10k target for your Goku, for your Vegeta, King Vegeta, things like that. Bulma's Mom, Mother of a Genius, 1/1000, so you're not ever really attacking with this. Auto, when you play this card, look it up to 5 cards top of your deck, choose one battle card, energy cost of 1 among them, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. This card's really cool, definitely has some applications in Constructed, because searching for your other turn 1 plays is pretty cool. Like if you play this, if you play a deck that's like red-green, like some type of arrival deck, you probably play a lot of 1-drops so you don't neg too hard off of arrival. Basically, you want to play your 1-drops, recur value off of them by getting another card with them, and then combo them to then use arrival and not really just ditch random cards from your hand. So this will search your other turn 1 plays. I do like that a lot. This card's pretty cool. Bulma, Genius Inventor. We have a 1/1000 again. Auto, when you play this card from your hand, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 extra card with an energy cost of 1 among them, add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So this is not color restricted on what extra card you can look at, which is really cool. Like just the first thing that comes to mind, for example, if you were playing like Lemon Lime Frieza, you could play this, look at the top 3, add Cold Bloodlust. That's not a super relevant type of example because like Cold Bloodlust is at 1 and this is not a Frieza army, but you get the point. This can search for any other 1-drops, so 1-drop extra cards, so you can search for like the new 1-drop blue counterplay coming out in the draft box. You can search for an unexpected turn. So this does have some relevant targets. This card's really cool. This is the card. This is the card that has me so excited just because 1, I'm a Piccolo fanboy. For 2, I think there's a lot of cool combos you can do with this card, like getting it out pretty early. So I'm pretty excited for this card. So this is a Piccolo assimilated ability, 4-drop 20k with barrier. Pretty neat, pretty interesting how they give all the Piccolo cards barrier, but nonetheless, activate battle once per turn, bond 2, generic bond 2, which is important to note. It does not have to be with Namekians. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. If you KO'd a card, draw 1 card. So this card is just absolute value. So this can be brought out turn 3 with the Piccolo, the Cunning Strategist, the power booster from the, I think it was a set 5 power booster. And basically during battle is the craziest part. So this is like during combos when your opponent could have potentially dumped cards into an attack to do damage. You pop a battle card and you draw 1. That is such value. Like even if your opponent's going in with like an Battle Class Vegeta, like this thing just kills it. And Battle Class Vegeta can't answer this because it's barrier. So this card, in my opinion, is super good. I'm actually really excited to build decks around it. Super excited. Krillin, Steadfast Defender. We have a 4-drop 15k blocker. So this is going to go along with that the Final Showdown Goku archetype with the Clash of Fates Goku. Permanent, Sparking 10. Reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. Important to note, he'll still be a 4-drop on the board, so he'll trigger Final Showdown Goku. When you play this card, draw 2, then choose 1 card from your hand, place it in the drop area. So if you have the Sparking 10, this is a good turn, a good 2 energy play. You're probably not going to have Sparking 10 on turn 2, although you know, just by turn 2 you can have 6 cards and drop, so that's pretty good to note. But you're probably not going to have that Sparking 10 super early, so this maybe is like a 2 to 3 of, probably 2 of in those Clash of Fates Goku decks. Beerus, the Bad Tempered. We have a 7-drop 5k combo. You don't see that very often. He is a dual attack, barrier, auto. When you play this, when this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So this card is pretty interesting. We've seen the rise of that Shenron ramp deck that ramps to 7 energy pretty quickly. You could play this in that, and then there's like swing, pop, like any battle card your opponent controls. You could give it triple attack, but that wouldn't really be the most threatening thing because it doesn't have double strike, doesn't have crit, anything like that. So maybe not the best choice, but nonetheless, like this is probably a better draft card than Constructed no matter what, because 7 energy committed to this is very, very expensive. I don't think there's any way to cheat this out. So decent draft card, definitely not the best Constructed card. We have a 110k Whis, so it goes along with all those 110k cards, and if you ever need to play it in skillless, it's there. Broly Free at Last is another cool card that people are talking about. So it's a 4-drop 15k, so pretty weak stats for a 15k, but it has an auto that says place this card in its owner's drop area as a cost at the end of a battle after this card attacked. So you do it as soon as the battle's over when this thing swings. Choose 1 green battle card with Broly in its character name, an energy cost of 6 in your drop area, and play it. If you played a card, you can't play battle cards for duration of the turn. So a few things to note here. What's going on with this is it looks for Broly in the card name, so in the actual name of the card, not in the character trait or anything like that. So I believe this does play Broly BRs. There's a very good Broly BR 6-drop, the one that is typically played in the green Broly BR deck that you could bring out. And in this draft box, the set, I think it was set 1 or set 2, I think it was set 2, that Broly 6-drop is being reprinted in this draft box. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but that's the one that when you play it, you discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, so that's pretty good. And you get to play it at this card attacks, so pretty good value. 4-drop is a bit steep. Again, I don't really think there's a way to cheat it out. You could like chain attack trunks it out in like a red-green deck and constructed, so maybe there's some stuff to be played with there, but not the craziest thing I've ever seen. Limo, 2-drop 20k, good for your green skillless decks, very good for draft as well. Great stats for draft. 2-drop Dr. Mew weapon surplus. 2-drop 15k is great. Auto burst 3. When you play this card, choose 1 green android card with an energy cost of 3 or more, or 1 green extra card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your drop area, and add it to your hand. So it's actually pretty good for Super 17 decks, because your Hellfighter 17 is a 3-drop that you want to add back to your hand from your drop area. You can also grab back like your Infernal Messenger, or you can actually grab back like Preemptive Strike if you mill it. This card's actually really solid. This card is also, he's a scientist, not like an android, so not that type of synergy there, but this card is good nonetheless. 6-drop Super 17 power Distilled, so a 6-drop 5k with 19k attack power with dual attack. If there are 10 or more non-black cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. Again, kind of weird that they didn't just put like permanent sparking 10. Well, I guess they wanted to signify non-black cards, but there's that. Auto, choose 1 card in your drop area, send it to your warp. Interesting. When this card attacks, so when it attacks, you choose 1 in your drop and send it to your warp as a cost. So when this attacks, you can choose 1 green extra card in your drop area and add it to your hand. Then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the warp. This is really cool. This is a cool thing because it's a 4-drop. It's also a 6-drop. You can union absorb with the other 4-drop Super 17. So you have some like flexibility there. And then you have the ability to just +1 and your opponent ditches 1. So it doesn't have crit or anything like that, but it does get you a card, which is pretty neat. Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, a delicate plan. This card's actually insane. So it's 3-drop 10k, activate battle. You just play this card from your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs 2 or less and KO it. So that right there is playability in my opinion. You cheat this out for 2 energy during a battle and you pop a 2-drop or less. That's just pretty much value. And then activate main for 3 energy. So probably like you'll probably do this defensively and kill a 2-drop, and then like on your turn 3 you can actually activate this effect. Choose up to 1 green Zamasu card in your hand with an energy cost of 5 or more and play it. Then at the start of your opponent's next main phase, choose 1 of your green energy and switch it to active mode. This card's insane because there is a 7-drop Zamasu you can play off of this. I think it came out in like, I want to say set 4, probably set 4. I don't remember the exact effect of it. I think it's like kill 2 cards in your opponent's hand and then like kill 1 on their board, something like that. I don't think it needs to be fused, but it might have to be fused. But nonetheless, there is one in this set we can use. So fuse Zamasu, Deity's Wrath, 5-drop 20k, indestructible, activate main for 1 energy. If you have 3 or more energy, choose green battle cards in your battle area with 5,000 power or more and a total energy cost of 5 and place them in your drop area. Play this card from your hand. So there's a way to cheat it out there. When this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand and places in the drop area. So just a constant kind of stream of discard 1, discard 1, discard 1. Because this has indestructible, it's very difficult to deal with. Good card. Zamasu the Undying, we have a indestructible 2-drop 5k, activate battle, play this card from your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 1 and KO it. So really cool how these are like defensive plays. You can just play them down, and it's appropriately costed and appropriately attack powered, I guess. So you know, for a 1-drop it's a 5k, and then the Goku Black, even though it's a 3-drop, you can cheat it out for 2 and it's 10k. So pretty valid stats. Slumber Strike, activate main, it's a green 1-drop extra card. Activate main if your leader card is green, choose 1, choose a battle card with energy cost greater than or equal to your opponent's energy and KO it. So I believe that's the same as Father Son Kamehameha. So basically a straight upgrade from that card, but if your leader is green. And otherwise you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and KO it. So pretty decent generic removal there. Great in draft, pretty decent in constructed too. This card is pretty convoluted. 1-drop M2, the Phantasmagoric Planet. I hope I pronounced that right. 1-drop auto. When this card is placed in a battle area, play 1 Machine Mutant token. Machine Mutant tokens have 10,000 power, 0 combo cost, and 5,000 combo power. So I believe that also will contribute to all your 10Ks in the deck for like all your 10K combo cards. Activate main, play this card in your drop area from your battle area. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs of 1 and KO it. If you KO a card, draw 1. So that's pretty value. You play this card, you get a token that can basically just like help you combo out an attack, and then you can just pop this card to pop a 1-drop and draw 1. So pretty value there. I think this is going to be technically considered a +2, I believe, because you're getting, or no, a +1, I guess, because you're getting 2 cards out of it and you're killing one of your opponent's cards, but you're also losing the M2. Might be a +2. It's kind of late here. I can't do math. But nonetheless, this is a pretty good set. I think this is more impressive than the blue stuff. Slightly less impressive than the red stuff. But this Piccolo has me all types of excited. Like, this is just straight value. You can cheat it out on turn 3, which I'm really excited about. So, guys, let me know what you guys think about the green cards in the comments below. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Joey. This is Crossroad TCG. And I'll see you guys in the next video.